Okay, I think it's 8 o'clock. Let's start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar about Fontys University of Applied Sciences specialization programs in ICT. My name is 𝗬𝗲𝗬𝗀𝗧. I'm your moderator in this webinar. I will guide you through the program, but I'm not doing this by myself. We are assisted today by two teachers, Mr. 𝗪𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁 and Mrs. 𝗪𝗕𝗲𝗂𝗂𝗂, and also one student assistant, which is 𝗪𝗕𝗀𝗀𝗁𝗂𝗂𝗂, and there is one person more, and that's Mrs. 𝗪𝗲. She's my colleague from admin office, and she will take care of all the chats. In this webinar, we will inform you about all the specializations we have next to our 5 profiles, which we have discussed in previous webinars. The teachers will start off with a presentation telling you a little bit about the content of these specializations, how they can be linked to your majors. After the presentation, we will have a live Q&A session, and then also Karina will be more involved in this. And of course, you can ask all your questions also during the presentation in the chat, and then we can maybe already answer them for you. Hopefully, at the end of this webinar, we have given you more information about these specializations so that you can make a good choice for your future study program. Maybe we can start off by asking you, please give us your first name in the chat and your country where you are coming from. Okay, for now, that's pretty all for an introduction, and I would like now to give the floor to 𝗪𝗕𝗀 and 𝗪𝗁 to start off the presentation. Enjoy this webinar.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this webinar about the 𝗵𝗁-ICT specializations. My name is 𝗪𝗕𝗀𝗂𝗂𝗂, and I'm a junior lecturer now at Fontys University. Funny fact, I was also a student here, and I have done the artificial intelligence specialization. So if you're interested, I can give you more information at the end of this webinar. A little bit about us. Well, Netherlands is very centrally located within Europe, so that makes it really easy to travel around if you would like to do that. Eindhoven, this is the city where we are talking from. So here we are located, Fontys University of Applied Sciences, and now we will talk specifically about the specializations at Fontys School of ICT. So, as a general study plan, your study is actually divided within 4 years. The first year is mostly to get a flavor of what you would like to do. That's why the first semester is an orientation phase for you. So you will actually try to see what's your cup of tea. Let's put it like that. So you will get 5 different subjects. You already see them listed: business, infrastructure, media, software, and technology. And at the end of this orientation phase, you can make a decision and see, hey, what do I actually want to do as my main profile? So you'll make a choice for the second semester, then you will continue in the second year with courses from that chosen profile. And then we get to our main topic for today, which is specializations. And we have actually 8 specializations currently at 𝗵𝗁-ICT. Just a little bit to continue with our story, we have third year. First part is an internship. That's the first contact with the real world, where you have to do a project in a real company. So you already see that you get a hands-on experience during the study at Fontys, which is really cool. Sixth semester is again getting some courses from your profile. And last but not least, fourth year. You can choose a minor again to your liking, and the last thing you will do is a graduation project. Now, about this, I want to make a short remark. Some of you might want to get an extra paper at the end, and that's if you want to follow the specialization track. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in getting a bachelor in ICT and let's say business, You can also get, on top of that, specialization in, let's say, artificial intelligence. That's what I actually did, and for that, you would need to choose the 4th semester within that specialization. Then your internship has to be on a project related to that topic, minor, and graduation. So make your choice wisely if you guys want to graduate with that specialization track. Otherwise, let's say you can choose a specialization in cybersecurity in the 4th semester, and then you can do a minor in smart mobile. So that's possible. Depends on what you like. Now, let's discuss about the highlights of our 8 specializations. So I would like to start off with artificial intelligence. Well, in recent years, intelligent software has become part of our daily lives. And of course, here you can think about anything around you. Yeah, you can think about chatbots that answer any kind of question, even on your mobile phones. You can think about self-driving cars. You can think about any kind of application that gives you personal advice. So that should already say enough about it. Well, within this specialization, you will mostly learn about how to build professional software with intelligent solution behavior in a methodical and, let's say, structured way. Yeah, so you will learn about different machine learning algorithms and deep learning that can learn, let's say, rules from data. So this is the central point of the specialization. This specialization is also very design-oriented. So in each semester, you will go through the process from a business idea to an AI product. Most of the times, actually, real companies from the Brainport region also propose some projects, and then students get a business case and they have to work and get a machine learning algorithm, which is, yeah, an AI product, which most of the time they're really proud of. So that's really nice. Again, that companies, our partners in education, are willing to propose projects and to bring them to the specialization semester. Moreover, you would be able to prepare and store general data sets, so you are going to work with data. That's the central part of the specialization. You will be able to apply different algorithms to it. So yeah, in the end, you are going to do machine learning and later on deep learning. Creative technology. In this specialization, you will either start from an impact that you want to make and research a technology's potential to create it, or there is another option for it. You can also start from a technology of choice and investigate how to make an impact with it. Mostly during this semester, you will explore your creative part. You will do a lot of tech experiments, you will design interactive experiences, and you will also discuss about ethics and why not in the end become an expert in creative, innovative possibilities with technology. Very nice part about this specialization is that after finishing your education, you can work in different professions. Yeah, so there is a broad spectrum in professions. It could be either a creative profession with technology skills. You can be either a designer of new forms of interaction. You can be a designer of exhibitions. You could do digital marketing and branding, or you can choose something more technical. And here I'm also talking about creative skills. Yeah, you can be a technology specialist for creative productions, or you can choose something like a smart city technology consultant. So you are not just trained for a future job, but so much more for a mindset, I would say. You learn how to be willing to change. Cybersecurity. Within this specialization, you look at two different options that you can choose at the beginning of the specialization. You either can go for the attack side or for the defense side. For the attack side, also known as the red team, for some of you maybe this might ring a bell. You will learn to apply the hacking skills, as we call them, in security testing. You might be doing pen testing, vulnerability research. So mostly what you will do, you will actually learn how to hack a system, but this way you learn where the vulnerabilities come from. Yeah, so then you will know where you have to improve the system later so that these are minimized. You will also apply this in real-life projects, similar to artificial intelligence. We have our partners in education that mostly they come with a project and they let students do research on this. The other option is the defense side. For the defense side, mostly you learn how to set up a secure network environment, how you can monitor threats, how to detect them, and how to respond to them. Yeah, and this is also known as the blue team. So it's up to you if you want to do attack or defense. Moreover, you will also learn about aspects such as cybercrime legislation, privacy legislation. You will also learn about data security. Yeah, we talked previously about data in the artificial intelligence, but here you specifically learn how to secure data. You can also go for a minor in cybersecurity. So again, depending on your choice, you can do the full track, or you can do only one specialization in the 4th semester. Education. Education is actually a very new specialization within ICT. Here you mostly get the opportunity not only to develop yourself, but also to help other people to develop in the ICT field. Here you mostly follow the footsteps of your own teachers, and it's good because if you want to follow a career in academia, let's say, you will find out whether teaching is actually something for you. Yeah, so this specialization is very practical. You will start working as a trainee teacher right from the beginning. And after all, you will discover by practicing with people around you if this is a good option for you in the future or not. So you will see if you're a good teacher. You will, of course, receive guidance from both your internship mentor and also from the study program. However, I have to let you know that this specialization at the moment is only in Dutch and is still in development for international students. All right, game design and technology. This is one of the popular specializations at Fontys. Here you will learn mostly how to apply your knowledge to the creative development of games. You will work with the most up-to-date game development tools. The games that are developed are a mix of entertainment and applied games where you work with real clients again. We also challenge you, if you choose this specialization, to be innovative and to use new technologies such as augmented reality, virtual reality, and we also want you to create games in new environments. Of course, a lot of details are to be given in this, so we could talk till tomorrow about it, but I'm trying to give a high-level overview. Moreover, on this one, you will work with state-of-the-art development platforms. So you will work, of course, with PCs, tablets, smartphones, and you will work with new interfaces. Maybe some of you already know these. They're called Oculus Rift, Leap Motion, and Brain Computing interfaces. So you will use these instruments to develop games in a multidisciplinary team. Now, smart industry. This specialization will mostly learn you how to build professional and smart industry solutions in a structured way. You will use a lot of techniques from a broad, let's say, list of other specializations. So you will use Internet of Things, IoT, data analysis, machine learning, industrial automation, intelligent management, software algorithms, and the list can go on. The new area of smart industry raises a whole spectrum of new questions. So you will be given different options to research in this specialization. How can machines share data safely, securely? How can data be used for optimization and improvement of productivity? All these kind of questions will pretty much be answered within this specialization. Smart mobile. Well, again, a very popular one. You get to know within this specialization the operation and capabilities of portable mobile ICT devices. At the end of this specialization, these devices will have no more secrets for you, I would say. The focus in this thing is mostly working on progressive web applications, PWA. And there are two major players that you can again choose from. So you have two options. You can either do Android development or iOS development. But you will see that, of course, during the specializations, there are a lot of projects that, again, depending on what you want to work on, you can choose one of those. The main subjects here are mobile programming, interaction design, gamification, and concepting. And of course, you will have a bigger project where you cover all of these. Yeah, so after you finish your education, if you want to follow, let's say, this specialization track, you could work as smart mobile consultant or mobile applications developer, or maybe mobile solution specialist. So again, plenty opportunities. Last but not least, we have here the academic preparation. And we actually have Joris here, who is the coordinator of that semester, so he can also provide you with more information. This specialization is dedicated for students who are interested to do a master at TUI or 𝗪𝗖𝗔 University. And the main benefit from here is that if you know that you want to do a master immediately after doing your bachelor at Fontys, you can already do that immediately after. Yeah, so this pre-master will pretty much do the bridge from Fontys to TUI or 𝗪𝗖𝗔. Why? Because they're having a lot of mathematics, so the level of theory is higher at one of these universities. That's why, if you want to do that, you would definitely need to have this bridge semester. Yeah, so that's why we have the academic preparation, which again, if you're interested, you can immediately go after finishing Fontys to do the master, which I think it's a very good time-saving manner to do it. Yeah, but again, you should realize that this specialization has a higher study load, yeah, and also a bigger abstraction level. So if you're ready for more mathematics, you can always do this pre-master. All right, enough from my side. I will give now the floor to Karina. She will tell you more about Proxy Study Association and about her experience with the specializations.
Okay, thanks, Livia. Proxy. Well, Proxy is, as you can see, a voluntary study association, and what's important of it is that it's actually made from students and it's for the students. And the main goal is basically to entertain and make sure that the students in the English stream socialize. So all kinds of workshops, events, parties are organized where students can meet up from all over the world, basically. And when it comes to specialization, I actually did one of the first ones that Livia mentioned. So I did the artificial intelligence ones. And before I started, I had no clue what I'm starting doing because I've never done anything with artificial intelligence before. But it seemed like something super interesting. So I was like, okay, I'll go for it. And from what I saw, most of my fellow students also had no experience. So it was a really fun ride. And we got a chance to work on some really cool projects. For example, I was in a group project with students from a university in Belgium and a university in South Africa. And together with them, we were actually writing software that predicts solar panel production for a real company that's based in Eindhoven, actually. And I honestly really liked that semester because it was very challenging, but I learned a lot. And yeah, it made me think about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and that kind of things in a whole different way. Okay. yeah, this is the Proxy Board. We're currently looking for 2 new members, so that's gonna be changed a bit. But yeah, it's students just like you, so maybe when you come to Fontys, you can become one of us too. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram to see what's actually happening, because talking about parties is not that cool, but you can see the pictures. Olivia, you're muted.
Sorry. Yes, so Leo, yours, maybe you want to make an addition to this?
Yeah, I can make a short addition. That is, well, yeah, dear students, you have received a lot of information right now, and maybe the other presentations, and maybe you think, oh, what to do next? Well, the good news is you don't have to make all your choices right now. You can always make choices during your studies. You will come to new information about what you like and what your preferences and what your capabilities are. And during your study, you can change your path. And if you have that in mind, well, don't worry that you get now an overflow of information. The most important message from our side is, well, you can be sure that we have a lot of variety in our school.
Yeah, maybe to add one more thing, or to focus it maybe even a little bit better, or how to call it. So Livia has given now an overview of all the specializations students can choose from. Normally, the students choose a specialization in semester 4, but it's not compulsory. So if you are a student who is studying, for example, in the profile media design, and you want to continue with that in this 4th semester, no problem. Yeah? On the other hand, most of the students choose a specialization in the 4th semester, and it's even an option, what Livia already explained, that you can continue with this specialization in the following semesters, so that in the end you can even graduate in one of these specializations, like artificial intelligence or whatever. So, and what Joris already mentioned, you don't need to make your choice right from the beginning. In the 1st semester, we start off with an orientation on 5 profiles: software engineering, technology, infrastructure, business and media design. And from the 2nd semester, you continue with that profile. And somewhere in semester 4, you can link it with a specialization. So Livia, you did artificial intelligence as a specialization, and Karina as well. Now, AI is, of course, a very common, very popular specialization. How did you link it with your minor program? Did you also do something with artificial intelligence then?
Yeah, so the minor semester, I can say it was a continuation of in my case, it was the 3rd and the 4th semester. Now they're combined within the 4th semester. So it was a recap of what I have already done, plus a lot more information. Also, in the specialization semester, you have only 1 project. In the minor semester, you have 3 projects, 2 to 3, depending on the team size. But yeah, I really loved it, and I was lucky to have made the choice from the beginning. So I could have also chosen something else like cybersecurity, and maybe I wouldn't have liked that too much. So I'm a lucky case, I could say. How did you find it, Karina?
I'm currently doing my internship, so I can't tell you about my minor yet because I haven't decided. But I think, yeah, if you gotta think a bit harder on which specialization to choose, because it should really fit you. Like, for example, I myself don't see myself doing smart mobile. I think I would not survive that semester. So I think just knowing that these exist, you don't have to make a choice right now, but knowing that all of these specializations exist in FHICT is a really nice thing.
Yeah, okay, one more question. Is there a certain trend that, let's say, for the business profile, artificial intelligence is a useful specialization? I know that basically all specializations link to whatever profile, but is there any trend visible, Livia, or?
Probably in the business, I would indeed say artificial intelligence is the one most people choose.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, in the end, it depends on what you want as a person. Yeah, maybe you want to get as much diversity as possible. So then you want to do business, but also try smart mobile or academic preparation. So it's really up to you.
Oh.
Yeah, you also can see that sometimes students, they want to go in depth in a certain subject. So you want to choose as much as possible for one subject, and others want to have a broader education. So they have the profile, maybe in technology, and then the specialization in smart mobile. And then later on, you pick your jobs that can have some parts of one of your study paths and a part of another. And that's all possible.
Yeah. Of course, also important to mention is that specializations can change, as what we, I don't think we mentioned it in this webinar, but Fontys has cooperation with more than 120 partners in innovation and education. And of course, assignments, information, whatever we get from the companies also has a strong influence on our specializations. So right now we're having these 8 specializations, but maybe in a couple of years, there will be some new specializations. Do you know anything about that, Joris? Are there plans for new specializations, for example?
I don't know exactly if there are plans for next time, but for example, typical one is smart industries. Mm-hmm. It's a brand new specialization.
Yeah.
That has been developed in close cooperation indeed with the companies. We can also, for example, deliver equipment, or the students can have a tour in that company, and then we have support from the company with tutors. And in the future, yeah, for sure, because ICT is always innovating, for sure there will be new specializations come up in the coming years.
Okay, I see in the meantime, Elga is giving information about more practical matters like application, etc. Yeah, very important to mention. Of course, if you want to be a student at Fontys University of Applied Sciences, you need to do your application through a central portal or website. It's called StudyLink. StudyLink.nl. So there you can make applications for all university programs in the Netherlands, by the way. But at the same time, I strongly advise you also make your application for accommodation. So normally it works as follows. If you do an application in StudyLink, after a couple of days, you will be contacted by the admin office. And then you can also indicate, Fontys, please help me finding student accommodation. You need to fill in a form for that. And then we know that we have to search for you, or at least to help you with finding student accommodation. Maybe Livia or Karina can also tell you a little bit more about this, how it works.
Yeah, when I was going in Fontys, I basically just sent a document saying that, hey, I want help with the accommodation. And yeah, Fontys found me a really nice place. And I was with 2 other Fontys students from the ICT. And I think finding accommodation via Fontys the first year is really important, because after that, I saw how actually complicated it is to do it on your own. And I think if I just arrived in the Netherlands as an international, I probably wouldn't have been able to make it into finding accommodation myself. So I would suggest all students to fill in the needed documents so that Fontys helps them with their accommodation. Livia, anything to add?
Yeah, I agree with you, especially because some students take the risk to just come here for the first time and just find something on the spot, which is very complicated, especially in September when everyone is searching for something, and yeah, it's very complicated. So definitely ask for help from Fontys. We are here to help you, right? So make sure that you mention that when you do your application. Hey, I need some help with the accommodation, because again, I agree with you. It's really, really handy for the first year.
Okay, thank you. This week we are doing all the webinars related to the profiles. Now we are doing this webinar about our specializations. We have one more webinar left that will be planned, scheduled for tomorrow at 4 o'clock CET, and it will be given by 𝗪𝗓𝗂, who is also present here. And that webinar will be about the accelerated software engineering track. Maybe 𝗪𝗓𝗂, you can give a sneak preview about this webinar, what we can expect.
Yeah, it will be a really sneak preview, because otherwise I already have told everything for tomorrow. But it is highly related to the specialization of the academic preparation, about which Livia has told already today. But this is also there is a possibility that you can do it in a shorter time frame, in 3 years instead of in 4 years. You can do your bachelor. And I also will explain in more detail how this can be reached.
Okay, all right. So when you're interested in that webinar, please make your registration. Go to our website, fontys.edu/ICT. Look for the Meet Us page, and then hopefully we can give you some good information about that program as well. Okay, are there any questions still open? I think Elga already answered them so far. So if there are no more questions, then I think we can wrap up more or less. Maybe a final word also related to specializations. What would you say? Livia, what are the do's and don'ts? First of all, related to a study program, but also more specifically related to specializations.
For the study program, take a good look and try to see all the programs and see, is it really what I want to do or not? Yeah, so that's why we also have the first semester for you, so you can get a flavor of all 5 business and the rest of them. To get a flavor of, hey, this is how it would look like if you would want to continue with this. So really try to make your choice wisely, because if you don't do that, you will struggle in doing something that you maybe don't like that much. And that's what we don't want, especially because if you would like then to change your study program, it would be very hard, almost impossible. For the specialization specifically, again, do what you like. Of course, if you do the specialization track, you will get an extra paper at the end. But if you want to be more diverse, I would really advise you to go for multiple specializations. Why not?
Okay, thank you, Livia. Karina, do you have something to add?
Yeah, I would add that extra paper is not that important. If you want to have like more broad knowledge, go for it. Like, no one is saying you pick something as a specialization, you have to stick with it to the end. Don't do that. Pick whatever fits you best. It might be that you do all 4 semesters, for example, artificial intelligence. It might be that you do all kinds of different semesters, but think about what you want and yeah, make the right choice for yourself, not for anyone else.
Okay, thank you. And 𝗪𝗓𝗂, as a senior lecturer, can you give the students a parental tap on the shoulder, a good advice?
Yeah, I can give it right now to you, but you can be sure that during your studies, you always get your parental tap on your shoulder. The teachers are always around you. They will talk with you. They will talk with you what your preferences and your capabilities are. And during your studies, we will help you in preparing you to become a valuable ICT professional.
Okay, I think that's a very nice closure for this webinar. But there is still one question coming in. For example, I take software engineering and someone else takes business and we both end up specializing in artificial intelligence. How different would we both be learning? I would say the specialization in artificial intelligence is a basic program, but maybe Joris, you can add something to this, or Livia?
Yeah, you start with a different background, but in both, if you come from a software or from a business profile, well, then the main part is to use your brains as an ICT professional. So that knowledge you get in any profile, maybe some details of your knowledge is more about software and the other more about business, but you come together. For example, if you work in a project, you together try to realize the end, and then you can take benefit of each of your knowledge. And on the other hand, you can teach each other. So you will become much more richer with your knowledge in the end.
And of course, it's real life. When you are in a company, there it's also very common that you're working together with IT experts coming from different domains. So I don't think that's really different from that point of view. Hopefully we have given you a good answer, MP, to your question. If there are no more burning issues, okay, thank you. I would say thank you to all participants, so specifically Livia, Karina and Joris, and also Elga for giving all this information in the chat, and of course our visitors. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we have given you a lot of extra information about our specializations. Hopefully you can make up your mind now what is a good study program for you. And yeah, let's say maybe we will meet again sometime, someplace in Eindhoven. For now, I'm saying goodbye. Wish you all the best and keep safe. Okay, bye-bye.